Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking Tube Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Issa. This is episode 100. Episode 100. 3 days. So, I will talk about very important thing, I think. And especially for you who understand English and maybe you are not Japanese. But I would like to convey, I would like to say what I'm always saying in Japan. And I always declare. So, I guess unlike Western society, in Japan, there's a very, very strong notion. The average, especially male, not female, especially man, must enter a company. Maybe the bigger company is better. The bigger is better, the company, and maybe their public or official, for example, the government office or something is better than private one. And anyway, to enter the workforce of their big company and going to work for that just one single company until they retired. They are retired. So maybe 65 years old. I think the retirement age of retirement, basically. But I think the retirement age is more later. I think will be more later. I think. But now, basically speaking, 65 is a basic retirement to age. So this is mainstream, just after graduate their high school and enter at the same time, enter their as possible as a big company and work for 40 years or something until 65 years old, and to get big money, to retirement money. That's almost ordinary, but almost basic and almost some kind of belief of Japanese people, especially men, must run that kind of course. But I think it is very stupid, and I aware but dangerous in this situation. Kind of dangerous in this situation. If we work for just a single big company, the company is a very big, strong power, and their employee, it's for example, in this case, it's me. It's a very weaker position. And so I cannot. In this situation, I cannot complain anything. I cannot, because the employer has a big power and depend on their management team. I can easily be fired, maybe, or if they cannot fire me, but they have any authority to decide which section I have to work with, or of course the authority to allow me the right to rise to getting more money or promote, about promotion. They have that they have discussion, So if I complain something, this company's concept, according to this company's concept, this method is not good, not so good. I'd like to propose that one or something. No, it's not complain in the first place. It's a propose, but that kind of propose might be regarded just a compliment. Just ordinarily, one employer says something very rude thing, or they might be angry. You don't have authority. You just do what we are saying. So I think it's a very difficult situation. It's not an equal relationship. It's just kind of a slave. And if in that situation, I cannot. It is not easy to quit that company. Resign that company because all of my earning is from that company. If I resign the company, I will no money from anywhere. So it's suddenly I don't have any earning. So it is very critical condition. So that situation made just one employee afraid to be fired or to quit voluntarily. So this is one of the most dangerous point. And the second, the big company, in this situation, it is very difficult to affect the whole company, just and if I'm just one employee, so it is very difficult to to make that kind of to propose a good proportion, good idea. Maybe all of the idea will be rejected. So it is not good for a human being, I think. And in that era, the average earning of companies, private companies especially, declining recently compared to 20 years ago, almost half. So 20 years ago, ordinary maybe ordinary employee get 40. Sorry, wait a minute. I will calculate. I am now calculate. 400,000 yen for some. Around 400,000 yen. And now, 170,000 yen. Almost half, under half. So it is very different between their generations, and the rising wage is not so common unlike 20 years ago. To be honest, I once worked for a private high school, and my earning is 170,000 yen, and my apartment rent is 50,000 yen, and 4,000 yen is for and I have to feed myself, so their ingredients or a meal, and to maintain car, and to pay an insurance for that car accident. It's almost 30,000 yen or something. I don't have any other. Of course, the electricity there, and water, and gas is another 220,000 yen, and the internet connection almost 5,000 or something. I didn't have any afford to buy other thing, but 40 or 50 years old, they got plenty of money, or double money, I think, almost 400,000 yen, or maybe 500,000 yen, compared to 170,000 yen. Very big difference, and this is a kind of gap between the generations, you know. So I will explain why in this miserable situation. So the Japanese economic is absolutely shrink now, and but the older generation want to keep their earning, of course, and so they don't want to reduce their earning, and they have that kind of authority to decide the earning amount of earning, and their old friends and their generations never decline their although they can, I think they cannot rise their earning, but they keep their earning. But the economy is shrinking. For example, in their high school, the children is the number of children are declining all over Japan, I think, and so they decide the wage of their newcomers must be declined. So on the decline, and in this time, and 1,000 or 10,000 yen decline on the next year, same 10,000 yen decline, and as a result, there's a big difference between the generations in same company, and the same. They sometimes they say they do the almost same things, same job. The contents of the job is almost equal. Even if, for example, there is a very big difference. The younger generation must work voluntarily for older generations, I think. And at least, of course, we get earning. The younger generation get earning, but the older generations unfairly take a lot of money compared to the younger generation. There is a very big difference. So it is some kind of burden for younger generation. There's no good thing. So I think we have some multiple source of earning. It is necessary. If I sometimes I work for example, sometimes I work for a part-time job as a part-time lecturer or something, or sometimes I make some products by myself to sell through internet, or sometimes I went to my friends running their climb school, running my friends running and to teach English or something, for example, and that kind of thing I do. My position is stronger than just working for just one company, because the company I mean their employer, the employer didn't own me, I'm working for the employer, but I also working for another employer. I'm working for by myself. I run private business. The company cannot say unfair thing, that if I sick of the company, I just resign. But the damage of resignation is maybe the 25% compared to their someone who working for just one company. So I think it is prepare for the crisis. So if for example, if there is a solar panel, to get electricity, and to buy electricity from the electricity company, there's two ways. And I also, we also have a gas and that bomber gas, canned gas, and and the equipment to use canned gas, and of course to buy and gas from gas company, and I also the water. If I have water, plenty of stock of water bottles, plastic bottles, and also in the yard we have a well, and of course and another there is a water line from their water office, and to buy water through that pipe. It is very secure situation. There's a lot of way to get water and electricity and gas. If we use only electricity without gas, all of electricity to buy from the electricity company. If electricity company raise their fee, we cannot against that action, I think, and we cannot quit to buy the electricity. the water is same, I think. If the water is too much expensive, so I use the water from my well or something. It is very stronger position. I get a very stronger position. So it is say the same thing is say for that company or earning, That is very difficult, dangerous to working for just one company. So and if I have kind of the talent of business or outstanding skill, working by myself is a big advantage because the older generation cannot deprive by money. So, but in Japan, still parents hope their children to enter bigger company to work for many years until they retire. But things change. Already things change. But their parents, that generation, cannot recognize, cannot aware, and this situation because their era is changing very rapidly. They cannot image. They just think based on his 20s, his or her 20s or 40s. I mean, they're 30 years or 40 years. The situation, Japanese economy, I think. But things change. We must say that kind of secure life. If you want to secure life, if you want to avoid the risks, if you want work more productively, it is not to work for just one company for a long time. That's why. That is what I want to say. And I sometimes say that kind of thing in Japan and in Japanese. But I think the European societies or American companies or something, things change. People, it is not so usual to work for just one company for a long time, 20 years or 30 years, And some of them are run a company, and the company is not so good. They enter another company, or they teams with the other refined people who has some kind of special skills. It's more flexible compared to Japanese society. Japan very, very, very far from flexible now, and it was work. It worked, I think, but not now, and in the future, never, I think. We have to aware, and we have to change. Wake up. We have to wake up. I'm address for Japanese ordinary parents. The things is different from your time. I cannot decline. I cannot say that entering a company is always bad, but it's just a choice, one of the choices. Okay. Thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Balete.